Today I am in my kitchen and I would like all of you Scientologists to stick around for today's recipe. Also, all of you who are never in a cult in their life can actually join in today. As you can tell, you are in my kitchen and it's the weekend. Today I will be making vegan cream cheese and Syrian bread. Now, I said I was going to actually find another recipe and use that recipe instead of my old recipe. So scrap my other recipe. I am making a whole new batch. So, first, 1/3 cup of plant-based milk. I didn't get a little. 1/3 sugar, 1/3 teaspoon of salt, 3 1/4 cups of flour, and 1 teaspoon 2/3 active yeast. And you preheat your oven to 450. All right, let's start. We got that. So into this, we're going to dump it in. Now make sure the water is lukewarm, not hot, not cold, in between. And then we're gonna add 1 2/3 teaspoon of active yeast. So let's get that. Okay. And now we're gonna add 1/3 sugar. Now, this sugar is the natural sugar, so let's put it in. Now we're gonna mix it up. Now, forgive me if it's actually a little too sweet because guess what? It's not the regular sugar, it's the natural sugar, which usually it's a way to go, but sometimes it can actually taste stronger than it already is. No, actually, this sugar is strong, so maybe put like 1/4 of it if it ends up tasting too sugary. Okay. And now we're going to put in 1 teaspoon. Now, if your doctor is against you having sugar for health reasons, don't use it at all. Follow his directions on how much amount you can have, whether it's a little bit or none at all. Sorry. All right. Those are doctor's orders. But I am going to put a teaspoon. Come on, stop shaking. Okay. Teaspoon and 1/3 of salt. Oh, geez. Okay. 1/3 of salt. A little bit went in, so I had to reduce it a bit. And mix it together. We're gonna add our 3 1/4 cup of sugar. Okay, let me see here. Now we mixed it all together. One. Two. Oh, geez. Stir this up. Okay. And then we're gonna add the 1/3 to it. 1/4, sorry. Okay. Here we go. And this is, yeah, okay. Well, that does it for that one. Okay, now I'll just throw it right here for now. Now we're going to mix it up. I mean, we're going to knead the dough. That's what I meant to say. Okay, knead the dough. Very well. It looks like this is going to come out really better than the other one. So keep this recipe instead of the other one. All right. Has a little bit too much sugar, so I'm going to put in 1/3 more of sugar. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Gonna knead this up. Okay, it's turning out right. It was a little bit sugary, so I had to add like about 1/4 more than originally. Okay. And now what we are going to do is, okay. Get 1.5 tablespoon of olive oil. So we're gonna let this rise. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to put this in here. So we're going to add it into the bowl so it doesn't stick when you actually transfer it out. So let's do it. All right. Now, where is that? Where is that lousy tablespoon? Ooh, tablespoon. Tablespoon. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. All right. Okay. Oh, that's 1/2. Okay, I guess. All right, we're just going to actually use 2 of these to equal up a tablespoon. This is only a 1/2 of the tablespoon. So let's do it. Where is my, here it is. All right. 1 tablespoon. You know what? Just make it a tablespoon. We'll be okay. All right. Okay, we're getting, where is, here it is. I forgot I dropped it, so. All right. Okay. So now we're gonna need this a little more. And now we're gonna place it into this bowl. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna cover it with a plastic wrap. Okay. Now this is live TV. I know that much for sure. So we're gonna tuck in the thing, the wrap around the dough. Okay, that's what it's called. Okay, and then we're gonna set it aside, let it rise, and then I'm gonna get back to it 1 hour later. So, okay, excuse me, everyone. All right. All right, there we go. Now, no. Yeah, onto my cream cheese. Not this. So let's go on to the cream cheese and then, okay, let's do this. All right, put this in. We let it sit for a little bit. Now this is a sodium cashew. So if you not able to have salt, find one that doesn't have any salt if the doctor says no salt. So stick this in. Rather stay on camera. So here we go. Now, here we go. Now, I am going to eventually use it, so why not? So, all right. Now, add okay. Add 1/3 cup. No, we're going to have this boil and then we'll drain it. Let's see. Yeah. Put in like, let's see, a half of water in of soy-based milk. Which one is 1/3? 1/2. Okay. This is the 1/3, so let's put in our soy. All right. This goes back in. We're going to let it come to a boil. Going to boil this up. Where is that? All right, well, swish it around and make sure that it's all mixed in. Now put the lid on and put it on low to medium heat. Oh, no, wrong one. All right, yeah, low to medium heat. All right. Ooh, excuse me. Not done yet. So, but keep it on. Add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar into this. We're not quite there yet, so we're going to do this. All right. How much did I say? Okay. 2 tablespoons. Okay, let's see. We'll just, where is it? Ah, here it is. So we're going to put, for this incense, it's only a half a tablespoon. 4. All right, there we go. That's 4 tablespoons. I'm going to put on live chat. All right, there we go. All right, now we're going to add 1/3 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to find the 1/3. Where is my 1/3? Yeah, here it is. Of salt. Hopefully. Oh, excuse the language, everybody. I got caught for that one, but so sorry about that, everybody. That's in YouTube land. Okay, let's see. Swish it around. Now, we're going to let the cashews boil. So, put it on 4. All right. Ooh. Oh, I was supposed to let them. Oh. Okay. First, let it boil before adding those other ingredients in. Okay. Major boo-boo. Okay, let's see. If it doesn't turn out right, we'll do it again. So, okay. We are going to make tofu scramble. All right. Now, okay, let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're going to get our masher. Okay. All right. Sorry about the dead air. Okay. Now, while I am doing this, we'll dive right into one of our stories. As you recall, yesterday I have mentioned that Scientology opened up their org last week. That was yesterday's story. I understand that. But those who didn't catch my live yesterday and going on today, where I messed up and accidentally went live, but so technically, sort of speaking, I did let you know ahead of time. So, okay. Okay. Now, we're going to add a teaspoon of, no, not the cumin. I want the turmeric. Where is my turmeric? Turmeric. So let's grab that. Yeah, grab the turmeric. Turmeric in. Okay. Hopefully it's yellow and not orange. So all right, this is mustard. All righty, now we're gonna mix it up. Hopefully I got it right and it doesn't turn yellow. Orange, it will turn yellow. Keep your fingers crossed. Okay. It's turning orange though. Okay. Yeah, put the mustard in there. Okay. Now put a little bit in there. So we're going to put, okay, about 1/4. All right. Put this back. Okay. We're going to turn this on to medium to high. All right. Well, it's okay, but what can you do? All right. So now we're going to add let's see, 1/8 of salt. Okay, there we go. 1/8. But if you can't have salt, another story. So, okay. Now, yesterday, it was enough. Last week was the opening of the org. Yes, You're thinking, now, how are you going to open up another org when your so-called religion is shrinking and you're actually wasting moolah? Well, we're going to go to the wealthy members. That's what David Miscavige did. And see what we can get out of very little people. So, guess what? He actually got the very little, or he actually got the money with the very little members that are in Scientology. Yeah, well, and he succeeded. He took it back, built the org, built it, and actually, whatever was left over, he actually pocketed it. He puts it in his pocket. That's what he does. Now, Scientology has been lying for years. So which is the truth? Yes, they do donate to a worthy cause, but that's only for PA or announcement, whatever it is they call it. They don't do this out of the kindness of their heart. Not at all. So he is going to actually donate some of that money to charity for PA reasons. Otherwise, forget it. Miscavige is only out for himself. So he pockets the rest. Scientology does not do anything out of the kindness of their heart. No. So, how do you think he's paying for the mansions, the cars, the motorcycle, and all those goody trips? Well, guess what? It's Scientology money. And by law, it's supposed to go into the church, not into pockets, if it's nonprofit. Period. So, yeah, it's horrible when people do that. So, all right, and now we're going to add a teaspoon of garlic. Oh boy. But if you love your garlic and you insist on having it, guess what? You can put in another one. No biggie. I do. I can't live a day without my garlic. Most likely I am to put garlic in almost all my recipes. So there. Now we're going to mix it around. Yeah, isn't that unbelievable? So now, usually if you don't have a cooking spray, add a tablespoon of oil. That prevents it from sticking. So let's do that. All right. Now, be sure you're not around heat when you're actually applying it. So take it off the heat and then apply it. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, usually it'll come out. If not, I'll do the recipe again. So we're going to turn this down a bit. And then we are going to add my tofu scramblers in. All right, well, let's flip it here. Dishes, so. And now we're going to stir this around. It is going to be so much fun. And then after we're done making our toasted cream cheese, we are going to make almond butter. Isn't that awesome? So, okay, it's actually yellow and it's not orange. So, put in that teaspoon of turmeric. So, or grab it. No, I don't want this Tupperware. All right. There, I got my Tupperware. Now, guess what? This is an old Chinese takeout thing. Use that. Every time you get a takeout and it ends up looking like this, use it for your Tupperware to preserve whatever it is on Earth. So you can preserve the Earth and not have any land or have it land in any landfill. Or you can recycle it. Your choice. So let's do it. All right. Okay. So, did I add salt? Yeah, I did. But if you want to add more salt, and I can't imagine why, because it'll make your blood pressure go high when you're at a certain age. So, in advance, little ones, the young ones, don't use too much salt. Okay. Now we're going to put the ones we're not going to eat in the Tupperware. Now, all right, we're going to set this aside and let it cool off, and then we're going to refrigerate it. Refrigerate it after it cools off. According to my mom, she says if you put it in the refrigerator right away, it'll spoil, but I've done that in the past, and I don't think it's spoiled, but guess what? Mother knows best. Sausages, but guess what? You can actually make your own. So next week when I go shopping, I'll look it up in advance, see what I have to have when making my homemade vegan sausage. So here we go. All right. Okay, we're gonna actually put this away. Check on my. Okay, it is coming to a boil. How about that? So, okay. So while that's boiling up. Okay, now was I? All right. Oh, and then I drain it and then add the thingamajiggies in. So let's, boom. How do you like that? I actually, okay, so let's see here. Sir, now did I get enough traffic to actually be an affiliate and actually draw in the traffic at the same time? I'm going to check later. So I'm going to plug this in. Now we're going to drain this. All right. Now, Now we're going to stick this into the food processor. Okay. Oh, darn it. You know what? Made a boo-boo. Put it back in. And then we add it. So let's do it again. I don't know what I was thinking. So we're going to actually turn off this heat above. All right, now I'm gonna flip over this thing, the sausage. Okay, but make sure it doesn't burn at the bottom. So, all right, just turn the sausage down a bit. All right, now we're gonna grind it up, or no, we're gonna actually add the one third cup of soy milk. I'm actually supposed to use, well, supposed to use this, and it's the one, oh no, wrong one. It's this one. All right, it's the 1/3 cup. It's 1/3, so let's put the 1/3 in. Okay, there we go. Pour it in. All right. Now, as for the rest of the ingredients, the residue is probably in there, so we're only gonna just put a pinch in there, a piece. So we're gonna put about a teaspoon of the lemon juice in, since I already put the other tablespoon in there while I was cooking when I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to wait. So do that. Let the cashews boil first, then add the ingredients in. It says drain the cashews, then do it. Okay, just in case. So, no, well, yeah, okay. The residue's already in there, so just, okay. All right. And then a little bit of the apple cider vinegar. Since the residue is already in there, just put in 1/4. Okay, there we go. Okay. And, okay, let's see here. All right. It's done. Sausages are done. This is what it looks like. All right. Okay. Now we're going to turn off this heat. All right. All right, we're going to stick this in there. All right. Okay. Now there's already salt in there, so we'll just put like 1/8 in there since there's already residue in there, so just 1/8 there. All right. All right, let's blend it up. And then we're going to make the almond butter. And it only takes 2 seconds. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. that on. I'm gonna mix this up. Spin it around again, and then it'll be the end. Okay, so let's do it. Oh, top. Okay. 1 and count it down. And pause between. Well, oh, here it is. Okay, pause every time you actually blend it so the motor won't run out, because guess what? It will do that, but this is the best part about the Ninja. If it burns out, and wait 15 minutes or day after, it's going to start up again. It's not like other food processors. So we're going to go back to mixing it. You know what? We're going to add a teaspoon more, because I wasn't. Yeah, 1 more teaspoon. Yeah, do it after you let it come to a boil. Although I can imagine you're supposed to broil it with the water, but you know what? I really think you're supposed to put the soy in here before do that instead. If there's changes, I'll let you know. So let's do it. Okay, now you stop. And there it is right there, although the original cream cheese is white, not brown. So there it is. Okay. How does it taste? Tastes like cashews. Now we're going to rinse this off and then make our almond powder. So we're going to stick this in a small container. So let's find the small container. Let me get mine. I got the perfect one to actually. Yeah. This thing actually, sorry about the day. It came out of my dad's house. My brother bought it, brought it over to my house. Me and my sister-in-law and my brother divided it up. I actually got some of his stuff, and my sister-in-law got the other. So this is what my dad used before he passed. So we're going to use this. So here we go. We're going to dump this in there. Okay. And guess what? It is stiff, so that's good. Usually cream cheese are stiff. And next time use raw cashews, and let it soak for about an hour before using. Of course, in my case, I did it anyway. So I wanted to actually put it out yesterday, but you know what? I forgot. Wow. All right. So now that okay. But guess what? You can also add in tofu to have that white texture. So next time I'm actually making this, I'll add tofu. So next time I come back on another day, I'll make it again for brunch. Although it's not really bad. All right. Okay. Next time I'll just add in the tofu. Okay. And just add the 1 cup in of cashews, since you're gonna actually. All right. All right. There we go. This is what it looks like. Next time I'll put tofu in. So the next time I make brunch, another day that I make it, I will make this. Alrighty. So close this up. Or put this to the side and let it cool down before refrigerating it. Mother's advice. She said, my mother, before she passed away, says, let your food cool down before refrigerating. Now, those are her words. I don't know what the words of a professional chef would say, but that's what Mom would say. And I usually follow along with what she's saying. Now, all you young people, teenagers most likely, if I learned this later in life, your parents knows what they're saying. Should have known that yesterday. But however, when they say put only a certain amount of something, listen to them. Okay, so this aside. All right, now we're gonna rinse this off, and then we're gonna make almond butter the exact same way we made our peanut butter. We're going to make it the same way with our almond. And then we're going to make, our almond butter. Okay, and like I said, next time, most likely it's going to be when I actually make bagels. So I will actually do it again, only I'm going to add tofu to the cashews. Okay, so we're going to toss this. Now, we're going to grab a packet of almond package. We're going to just shove it all in there because it's already cut up. So let's do it. Oh, wait. All right, let's stick this in first. All right, pour it all in. Then we're going to see what else we can get in. Fill it up to the top because guess what? Once you grind this up, it's going to look a little bit more less than when you first started with. So it's going to end up going halfway down. Okay. Now this is already sliced. Make sure it's sliced. All right. Maybe we'll put a little bit more in there. Now, okay. It's already to the top. Fill it to the top. Now, is it going to be okay? Yes, because it's going to be a little less than what you put in. Should be coming around the mouth when she comes. Should be coming around the mouth when she comes. Should be coming around the mouth. Should be coming around the mouth. Should be coming around the mouth when she comes. Should be All right. No, half a cup in. See how it turns out. All right, there's a little left in there. Let's put it in. And then we're going to mix it up again. Oh, boy. Put this on top. And then we're going to grind it up again. We'll be coming around that mountain. Pause. And it's going to go into a cream-like texture. So in case it turns into a powder, add a half a cup in. Okay, now grab out our spoon, mix it. It's actually turning out pretty good. It's not dust, so all right. And then we're gonna close it up and then mix it up some more or until the motor burns out, but we'll start again because guess what? I had this about close to a year. Is there warranty to this? I really don't think so since it's really not burning out on me. But call the company, ask. But usually it's not like other Ninja products. If it burns out a bit or if it burns out, let it cool off and then another day when you use it, it's actually going to work. This is my experience. So, okay. All right. Okay, take it out. Oh my gosh. All right, now we're going to mix this around. It turned out pretty good. It's clumped together like it's supposed to be. Yeah, it turned out really well. Now, I'm going to mix it up again. There. Now that's, oh, I didn't put this on top. All right. There we go. This is the way it turns out. Now, I think we're done here. So we're going to unplug off the processor. Put it to the side. All right, now we're going to get a Tupperware, put it in. Yeah, it did it. It went dust to butter. So, there we go. All right, so now we're going to put this in here, into the container. All of it into the container if it all fit. So, oh, this is so perfect. It's clumped together, which it's supposed to be. And soy is more healthier, so don't put any more sugar in there since there's already sodium in this one. So you soak in the raw. No, I'm talking about my tofu cream cheese. This is the almond butter, Nisa. And it's really perfect. So the next time I am going to actually make bagels. Is it next week? Possibly. I'm not going to know what I'm making until the day of when I'm streaming, when I go live. So, all right. Now, as you can tell, Aaron is on trial for unjust reasons. And it's all because the Clearwater police took it from above. And Scientology is behind it. Now, the police commissioner, it doesn't look like the police commissioner is running the town, running the police station and all the police officers, not control, well, in a sense they're the boss, but however, he's not running the police department and all the management, although some of them actually are thinking, oh my God, what is going on here? Yeah, I bet you the good ones are thinking that right now. Now, the commissioner is not running the police department. It looks that way. It looks like Scientology is. So, contact the police commissioner and tell him to actually run the department and not let Scientology run it. If he's a good one, he will and he'll listen. But if he's a corrupt one, which I hope not, he'll listen or pay attention, whatever. But yeah, you're going to have to let the police commissioner know that he has to run it and not Scientology, because guess what? Scientology is running the police department. It doesn't look like the Clearwater police is actually, the management and the police commissioner is running the police department. It doesn't look that way to me. Now, the guys, the management down the street who run the police station, the commissioner, he is actually running it. The police station down the street from me is actually doing their job correctly. They're doing a better job than the Clearwater police is. Now, the guys down the street is actually good. They're all good. Or that's what I think, but guess what? That means they're doing great. Now, if your police department appears good, they're nice and generous towards you, investigate while they're there and leave. But if they suddenly come back, then maybe they say there's something wrong. But those are the good ones. But you know what? Some of them that are good actually admitted that they got it from above them. And Scientology is running it. Now, some police officers never heard of Scientology. And because one day I ran into a police officer, had a chat with him, he actually didn't know what Scientology was. So next time when you see a police officer, just, if you know what, take a whole pamphlet and put in all the things that they need to know about Scientology and take it to all the police stations. Now, the good ones are not going to listen to what Scientology has to say. So just do that, because not all of them know what Scientology is, because the one cop I talked to didn't know what Scientology was. But the ones who are familiar with the cult, they would know. So, okay. So, and the FBI, the good ones. But the Clearwater police, the police commissioner, isn't he actually doing his job? I'm questioning that, because guess what? He is letting Scientology take over because Aaron asked him a question, they answer it, and they said people from above are actually running the show. And it went back to them, and they were thinking, oh my gosh. Some of them are thinking, why am I here? There's no laws being broken. But it looks like Scientology just shot themselves in the foot. That's what the good ones are thinking. So, yeah, the guys down the street from me actually run their department. Because I know some of those guys and the police station. And I think they're outstanding. So, okay. Yeah. The LAPD, even though half of them are corrupt, and it showed, there are good ones too. So, and there are obviously good ones in the department, since they admitted that, yeah, we got it from above. They admitted that. Now, it sounds like those guys are good, the one that admitted that they actually got it from above. They are the good ones. Now, I think they should get a promotion from the mayor. And the police commissioner, is he good? I don't know. But it just looks like, it's making it look like that it's not actually running the department. It looks like Scientology is. So keep your fingers crossed and hope that police commissioner is good. So now I put the awareness to the police commissioner, it looks like. And if he's good, he'll start asking questions to the management. So keep your fingers crossed and contact by email, not phone, because those are for emergencies only. Email the police commissioner of the Clearwater Police, and he'll get the message. If he's good, hopefully he is, he'll do an investigator of their own. Okay. All right, so we got our almond butter right here. Okay, now we're going to, now should I stick it in the refrigerator? Yeah, maybe I'll stick it in the refrigerator. If it's too stiff and needs to be soft, yeah, well, put it in the cabinet. Okay. But if you got questions, yeah, you can ask the SP chef or Jenna. But would Jenna know a little more than me? Yes. SP chef, definitely. So you can ask him if you want to. So I can take a constructive criticism. We all have to in life. Good. All right. All right. Has it been an hour? Yes, it has. And guess what, everybody? We are gonna grab our our Syrian bread and roll it out. So let's get rid of this. All right. Gonna roll it out and turn it into into what is it called? Syrian bread. All right. Now, while I'm wiping it up, yeah, I mean, I bet you that's the best bet. And I know the good ones. Oh my God. Yeah, if you have a crack between the counter and your oven, that means while you were working, you weren't aware that there are cracks and it's going through. So remember to clean it. Okay. Or that's a product that could actually get between cracks. So, all right. Now we're going to put flour. Okay. Now this time, okay, I'm going to actually take this out, put it to the side. All right. And then I am going to, all right. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to spray this with the, all right, here we go. Now, okay. Oh, there's a little more in here. So we'll grab this. And it has been 1 hour now. And I almost forgot about the dough. Yay, I didn't. So, all right. There we go. Put this over here. All righty. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, now we're going to dump this onto the, yeah, and it slides out easily. All right, and this one goes in the trash. When you recycle, it has to be, yeah, not like this. So I let it rise for about an hour. But if you perfectly want to let it rise overnight, you can, but make sure you do it the next day because you can't have it dead. So let it rise for 1 hour. Oh, this dough is just so perfect. I'm telling you. So go piece by piece. Oh. All right, so let's see here. Well, it's in the sink now, so I'm not going to use it, but I'm going to grab on another one. I should have thought of it, and then grab it piece by piece. It most likely will be anywhere between 5 to 10 small pita breads. So let's grab our pin roll. Okay, here it is. Now, this is not good because the paint's coming off and it's not healthy for the dough, but you got a new version, that's great. I just have to replace this one. So, all right, so you're going to grab our first piece. All right, we're going to grab our first piece. Just grab a little more just in case. All right, first piece, and then roll it gently. We're going to try this out. Okay. Or you can take your hands. We're going to, okay. Where it's actually, you can use the pin roll, yes. But I'm going to see how this works out. All right. And then, oh, this is just perfect. It didn't stick to my hand, so it's great. So, okay. Now send your well wishes to Nora, because I feel so bad that she's actually, I don't know, she's actually dying. So send her and her wife well wishes to her. Okay. Now I'm going to put it on here. Or maybe we'll just roll it out just a little bit, and we're going to roll it gently. Okay. Roll it out a little bit gently. Roll it gently. Not. Okay, so we got that. Alrighty. All right. You all, since I made an error and I accidentally went on while I wasn't ready, I apologize. I'll come back tomorrow, and then I'll do another cooking segment at, let's see, at around 5. So, okay. Now I sent out a message to Marilyn Homey to see if she will join me in my live when I'm at my crafts table. Hopefully I'll hear from her this week. So now, am I going to feel bad that if she says no? Hopefully not. I am a little sensitive because, yeah, maybe she hasn't heard of me yet. So, all right. Yeah. If it comes off looking like that, I'm actually coming down hard on Fluffer Squirrel, well, I'm sorry, but at the same time, I got mental illness, so I'm doing everything the wrong way. So do as I say, not as I do. So, yeah. So here we go. Now, in life, there's rejections. Since I have mental illness, I'm not taking it the right way, but I am trying, since I know what I'm up against, because you're starting from scratch. You're building your website. And so far, I've been on it for about a year. Okay. All right. Now, it looks like it's going to be 6 of them. So, all right. And then we're going to put it aside for about 5 minutes. And while we're waiting, I'll try and rummage up a conversation. Okay. Now, I do this. I improvise, since that's my training, and it's actually good for me because it stretches out my brain muscles. So it exercises my muscles, which I like. I like a good challenge, and that's what I'm all about. And then we're going to just roll it gently. All right, there. Put it there. Move these around. And have a little space so it can actually rise. There. Okay. And we're going to let the air bubble expand. And if it doesn't work this day, I'll bring it up another day and have it in the pan. Okay. Now we're going to roll it gently. All right, and that should do it. Now, we're going to let it rise for about 5 minutes. Let's see what goes on. Your fingers crossed. So, we're going to have it rise for 5 minutes. Let's see here. Okay, and when it's 4:44, we'll check on it. Now, okay. All right, there we go. Okay, what should I rummage up? Let's see. I'm gonna let that rise for about 5 minutes. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now, Friday was the protest day. But of course, Aaron was probably, I would think, in court. And is Scientology going to testify? I don't think so, since they're a bunch of cowards and refuse to face the consequences and actually get other people into trouble. Probably not. With the cowards that they actually are, they're not going to appear in court. I just bet you they're not. Because they were the ones that got Aaron into trouble, even though he was physically abused by that Scientologist. And then by the time he got there, got to the police station to file that police report, Scientology already beat them to it. And of course, as usual, the rotten, corrupt police officers, and not the good ones, filed charges against him, which wasn't right. And I just bet you that Scientology is not in the courtroom. I bet you they're not. And if they did, they're going to lie. They are a bunch of cowards who got another person into trouble. So now, is he going to get a fair trial? Now, the judge is being pretty iffy, so I'm saying no. Now, am I wrong? I hope I am. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I am wrong, that he's not getting a fair trial with this lawyer, but we'll see. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. But however, I think it's going to work out in Aaron's favor, because if there's a jury trial, which is most likely, I would say the whole entire town of Clearwater knows what Scientology does. And Scientology practically drives the entire town crazy. And nobody's showing up downtown. Now, it may look like it's busy on the outside, since Scientology is letting all the cars go by to make it look busy. So if John Travolta, which I know they're practically blackmailing him with all the information they know, either that they treat him differently. And because you know what, John Travolta is actually genuinely sweet. Because my theater professor told me that he's a nice guy. Now I buy it. Now I am hopeful for John Travolta because I know he's a good one. So I have all my hopes for him. Even though it has been 30 years and he's been giving his money to them. But you know what? Since I think he's a Gemini, since Geminis are really naive like me, because we get taken advantage of so very often. It happens. That happened to me. At first I'm like, no way. He actually loves me, or no. That was a dating site I was on. But then at the end, I was broke, flat broke, and I challenged myself. I was saying, you know what? Let me see how much I'm actually going to collect, not paying these guys. It was great. I'm not going to say how much I actually saved, and this is all due because I did not give them money and I never heard from them again. But eventually, guess what? You figure out it's going to win in your favor because you still have all that money. But yeah, I mean, they think they're giving their money to a worthy cause. And they actually believe that they're contributing and saving the world. They think they're helping people, where in fact, they're getting burned. Big time. Is Tom Cruise getting burned? Yes, he is. But because Leah Remini believes he's this nice guy, and she thinks that he's actually helping people when, in fact, no. He's not. But he actually believes that. But at the same time, I'm having a hard time believing that he's the victim since he's acting like a jerk. But Leah says that he actually believes he's saving the planet. Okay, it looks like it's been 5 minutes. All right, it looks like it's rising up pretty well, and hopefully there are air bubbles in there. We're going to stick this in the oven and leave it in for 5 minutes. If it appears though we just leave it in there for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes more. Okay, so I want my breakfast because it's getting cold. So, all right. I will be back tomorrow since I messed up big time in coming on live and accidentally went live when I wasn't ready and it messed up. So I will be back tomorrow to do another recipe. So, and if you want to contribute in keeping my channel going, go to PayPal, and it's all in your hands. You get to pay me whatever amount you want. I'm not going to tell you how many amount you should get. See my channel going? Go to my PayPal and contribute. That's to keep my channel going. But however, if you can't afford it, no problem. Drop in anytime you want. Watch my channel. I'm not discouraging you. So, and I'm still working on buy me a coffee. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do about that. I keep trying to get it out there, and then for a while I was thinking, oh, okay, well maybe, but I have to go back and see what I'm doing wrong. It's gonna take a while since I have ADHD. So that should do it for me. So hit the like, press subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for dinner.